Hey guys, it's your girl Giraffe Whiskers, and today I'm going to be reacting or reviewing the song Voices in My Head by Rodney Radke. Now, originally, I couldn't react to it like genuinely, because when I watched it, I was using the restroom, and that was like a great day for me. It was my mom's birthday. And then of course there was Rodney Radke's new song, and there's 3 more coming. Like, I'm so stoked, and hopefully when those 3 other songs come out I can actually react them, like, you know, not like how I am doing right now. But originally I filmed it on my tablet, so if it turns on I'm going to record it from where it started until where it ends, but from now I'm guessing I'm gonna have to do it from here. So this might be a little weird the way I'm gonna do it, so it's gonna be really hard for me just to do it. But before we start, I want to say that the song is not about suicide. I was watching Rodney Radke just a minute ago reacting to his people react to a song, and the song is about having hypochondria, which I basically am diagnosed with, as well as generalized anxiety, which kind of makes sense, major depression, OCD, psychosomatic. So what are those things? Psychosomatic, from what I've heard, is if I think of something up here, like for example, let's say there's a wasp in the house, I'm terrified of them for, you know, good reasons. I would start to feel like something is crawling on me, and I would freak out. Like yesterday or the day before, I saw this bug. I have no idea what kind of bug it is, so if you could please tell me what kind of bug it is. Sadly I could not kill it, so it's still in my room. But this bug that I saw was scary, and it was on top of my Bible, and I tried squishing it with my shoe, but my dumb self, you know, squished it the wrong way, and so it's still alive. But I couldn't stop like trying to look through my Bible, trying to see if it's still there. And which is funny because I'm not even a Christian. I just have them down there because, like, I go down there sometimes, but I don't go all the time. Let me try to move my foot quick because it hurts. Do not sit a long time with your legs like crossed, because that actually really does hurt your bone, I'm guessing. But at some point, I had difficulty being a witch, so I went back to being a Christian because of my experiences. Now, I'm not sure if this is like possible. This is another example of having hypochondria. So, I would see like black shadow figures, I would see white shadow figures, but I only saw one once. I would see wasp, like they weren't actually there, but I saw them. I have like floaties, so sometimes I can't tell my floaties in my eyes are part of my lost vision. As you can see, I wear glasses, or if it's just something else. So this song by Rodney Radke relates a lot, not only just because it talks about, like, to me, the heaven or hell reminds me of, like, okay, well, I'm wanting to be a Christian. I want to feel the joy of Christians, and I want to experience what they experience and why they stay in such a horrible religion. Or I want to express who I am, love who I am, not feel guilty for who I am, and connect with the original, you know, like, pagan ancestors that I have. My ancestors are Native, German. Sadly, I'm related to Hitler. Jewish, which is even worser than, you know what I mean? And then Irish. So I got like a whole ass kind of cool thing going for me. If you're wondering what tribe I'm of, I think it's called the Osage, like, you know, Osage stick. Yeah, it's Osage, okay. Anyways, I'm going on too much, and you know, I don't want to annoy you. So yeah. Yeah. Hey guys, so I forgot to mention that when I was experiencing the psychosis stuff, I kept looking up like things like did dissociative identity disorder, seeing if I have it. I kept looking at schizophrenia and seeing if I have those or have that. Especially because like in your like early adulthood, you start to have schizophrenia symptoms. But I am pretty sure I don't have either or. And maybe my hallucinations are just a part of my eyesight, or maybe it's part of my depression, but my brother says it's not part of depression, so I don't know. I don't know what it's a part of, so.
Telling me to pray, cause I'm spinning like a carousel, circling the train. Hit the bottom of the bottle, I don't wanna feel the pain, but that is all I got for now. I don't wanna talk about the voices in.
So what I really liked here is the fact that Ronnie is like floating and he has no tattoos and he's like completely bald. I wonder how he did this. Like, I know some of it can be like editing and stuff, but how did he make himself look like he was floating? Did he use that new Google phone? Did he?
My head keep on begging me to stay. If I pull the trigger now, then the demons go away. And I know my time is coming, so there ain't no time to waste. So that is all I got for now. I don't wanna talk.
I really like the thought how he added the third eye, because as someone who is very spiritual, this kind of reminded me. I was like, okay, is Ronnie like atheistic? Is he agnostic? Is he, you know, Buddhist? Is he like spiritual kind of way? I don't know. And for some reason, I gotta stop being so intrigued on what people's religion, what people's beliefs are, because that's how I kind of get this like little mindset. Like, okay, well, most of the people I follow are atheists, so maybe I should be atheist. Well, Sam and Kobe they were skeptics, but they are believers in a God, but they don't necessarily practice their religion. You know, Brandon Ferris, he is a Christian, but he doesn't really show anything about it because he's probably wanting, you know, everybody to watch him, or he doesn't want to offend anybody or whatever. And then there's other people like Ariana Grande, there's people like, What Do You Mean? There's people like Mike Winger, there's people like all these other people that, you know, have their religion, they pull it really close to you. For me, as long as you're like respectful, I really don't care. Like, honestly, like especially when it comes to like witchcraft, you know, there are certain practices that you can't practice. So.
About the voices in my head keep telling me to choose a side. It's heaven or hell, like it's do or.
This might be a very long part, not sure yet, but to me this part is basically, to me, in my opinion and my perspective, what I see here is like I said earlier, for example, I started experiencing a bunch of psychosis symptoms, didn't know if it was, you know, a disorder, didn't know if it was actual demons in my house, didn't know what it was, but I was panicking, I was scared, no one would really understand because I only started experiencing this stuff when I was in 9th grade. I was 15 years old at this time, but as I kept, you know, progressing, it became much worse during my depressive episode, and now I don't even have hallucinations, so I'm guessing it is part of my major depression. Otherwise, I'm just crazy, because it only happened like I remember my lights flickering and I was so scared because I saw like something coming towards me, and I was just like, my brother better get his butt in here. And good thing he showed up like the next second, because I would have been like over here doing this and be like, oh shoot, I would have to turn on my TV before I turn off my light. And I can turn on my TV, wait for my remote on my phone to, go to the actual remote so I can click on the YouTube channel and click on whatever I was watching that night. But I was so scared that I would have to go turn off that light as soon as the TV is like blaring light. I couldn't keep my eyes closed. I was afraid to keep my eyes closed, and I would have such horrible, vivid nightmares. And I even was talking to a pendulum, and basically it said that there was a demon in my closet, which, if there is, then yeah. But I don't know. I couldn't even do my schoolwork, but I still made A and B on a roll. Yeah, man.
I'm a sad boy, you know better. Please don't make this last forever. The voices in my head keep telling me I'm not.
Another thing I will say that I really like here is the fact that he's killing old versions of himself, which I kind of am sad that he killed his old school version of him, because that's like probably one of my favorite versions of him. But to me, that basically means that he's improving on his old self, and he's like dying away from his old self. So like in Norse mythology, if you look at Odin, for example, the way to get the runes, he had to sacrifice himself in a really horrible way. So he literally staked himself. He hung himself for like 9 days and 9 nights just to get to the runes. And they keep saying it's like he killed the old version of himself to make a new version. Sometimes we have to learn to move forward. Sometimes we have to learn to improve ourselves. Basically, make yourself a better person and forget the past. Don't worry about the past. And like, I find it funny because I'm literally teaching you this, but I could never teach myself this. What?
Okay, it's feeling like a hurricane in my brain. Dark clouds, hard times, bad weather. Please don't make this last forever. The voices in my head keep on telling me I'm gonna. And I don't wanna talk about the drama. They're telling me I'm fine, but we both know that's a fucking lie. I'm losing my mind, but I don't want. Voices in my head keep giving me the worst advice. Kamikaze crash like a suicide. I'm a lost boy, you know better. Please don't make this last forever. Voices in my head keep telling me that I'm insane, and maybe I'm a little bit that won't change.
Again, a lot of people think this song is about suicide, but it's really not. It's about hypochondria people, basically health anxiety. But there was this one guy, this one YouTuber who Rodney reacted to, and I just want to take a moment to thank him for understanding where I was coming from too. So, the guy who was in Linkin Park who killed himself, you can see how much of his songs were basically a cry for help. And that's very sad, because like, a lot of us were listening to him, we're like, okay, this is really good, and we relate to this. Sadly, nobody really realized, oh, that's what he means. Oh, shoot. You know what I mean? Alright, let's be honest, whether you're a guy or you're a girl, you find Ronnie Rocky hovering over the camera screen like sexy. And don't forget his deep voice. His deep voice is sexy. Sexy as hell.
The voices in my head keep on telling me I'm gonna. And I don't wanna talk about the drama. They're telling me I'm fine, but we both know that's a fucking lie. I'm losing my mind, but I don't wanna talk about. Voices in my head keep on telling me I'm cursed. I'm paranoid, I don't wanna make it any worse. We're all gonna die, but first things first, I'ma take the world with me when they put me in the dirt. The voices in my head keep on telling me I'm cursed. I'm paranoid, I don't wanna make it any worse. We're all gonna die, but first things first, I'ma take the world with me when they put me in the dirt. Move!
take the world with me when they put me in the dirt. The voices in my head keep on telling me I'm cursed. I'm paranoid, I don't wanna make it any worse. We're all gonna die, but first things first. I'ma take the world with me when they put me in the dirt. Move!
Also, I want to say that every single day I have been listening to this song like 5, maybe 6, maybe 3 times, and I am so close to having the lyrics memorized so far. So yeah.